Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I have filmed anything, but I'm back. I have a lot of content I'm wanting to share with you guys, and I cannot wait to share it with you. Today's video is going to be all about homemaking, and I'm going to be sharing 5 ways that you can be a better homemaker. So grab a drink and let's get into it. So the first tip I would like to share with you is all about setting yourself up for success. And there are a couple of ways that you can do this, but to start your day off, I personally like to wake up earlier. I tend to wake up, or try to wake up, I should say, around 5:30 or 6, sometimes 6:30 if it's on the weekend. I will allow myself a little bit more time to sleep in. And it has been a little bit harder for me lately just because I have been taking Unison at night, but that is what I strive for. And the reason I like to wake up earlier is so I have time to ease into the morning. For me, I love waking up early, but it's really hard, so I need a little bit of time to wake up and get myself going in the morning. I also love to get dressed first thing in the morning. It makes me feel so much more productive. That includes getting my hair done, putting on any makeup, washing my face, brushing my teeth, and putting on my outfit for the day. I know some people like to start off their mornings with a workout, and you could do that too. I also suggest possibly setting out your clothes for the day. I don't typically do this. However, sometimes I will if I'm very excited about an outfit or if I am working out in the morning. I typically don't like to work out in the morning, so I don't typically set out my clothes unless I have a specific event that I need to wear something special for. But nonetheless, I do like to get ready first thing in the morning. If I don't, it tends to slow down my day and I feel way less productive. I know that seems kind of silly, but I think a lot of people can agree that what you wear can influence how your day goes. I also like to make the bed first thing in the morning. I know some people don't care about making the bed, but I love making the bed because it makes my room feel fresh and clean and put together, and that helps me have a more productive day as well. Even if I'm not in the room, I just know in my head that that is taken care of and everything is good to come home to, and I love coming home to a freshly made bed. My next tip would be to be intentional with your time and set goals. So for me, I like to have daily routines and weekly routines. For daily routines, I'm trying to get into the habit of waking up early, and I would like to have a specific amount of time in the mornings for me to get stuff done before my son wakes up. And I would like to try and get him up no later than 8:30. He tends to sleep in a lot later, and I think it kind of throws off the whole day for him as well. So I'm trying to get him in a better cycle of waking up and going to sleep early. So after we get him ready, get him fed, I ideally would like to have a little bit of outside time. We can't right now just due to it being so hot, but in the meantime, I would like to work on our learning time and any kind of activities, whether it be arts and crafts or reading, whatever, any kind of activity before we have his playtime and lunch. And then around 1:30, I will try to put him in for quiet time. And I utilize the morning and his quiet time for myself. I try to get things done that I typically can't get done while he is awake, such as filming, editing. I also do photography, so I try to do edits on photos during that time as well. And then if I am all caught up, I might take some time to relax or possibly bake or catch up on cleaning the house. And after quiet time is over, we will wake up, have a snack, and then that is typically when we go outside. It's usually around 5, 6-ish. And during his quiet time, he can choose if he wants to play or if he wants to take a nap. And then after quiet time, we'll have a snack, go outside for a little bit, and then we'll transition into dinner time and wind down time. And lately we have been having dinner a little bit later than I would like to, so I'm trying to bump that up as well. I would like to have dinner around 6:30 and then wind down time start around 7:30. I would like to have him in bed by 8 or 8:30. No later than 8:30. As far as weekly routines go, I would like to dedicate certain tasks to certain days. So maybe on Mondays I clean the kitchen, Tuesdays I clean the bathroom, and so on and so forth. I also try to do one small load of laundry a day, so that way I am not constantly having these big piles of laundry to do. We just got back from vacation not too long ago and everything kind of piled up and it has been horrible, so I'm very eager to get back into the routine of that. But a weekly schedule will definitely help ease any pains as far as chores go, because they can tend to pile up, and it's just easier to manage a household when you have dedicated days for chores and tasks. The next tip I would like to share is attention to detail. For me, this really helps make my home a home. I love having small things that add details and life to our house. So some can include getting flowers, which you can see behind me, just adding blankets and pillows and making sure they are in place, putting things back where they go after you have used them. And sometimes that is a lot harder than it seems with kids. And it can be a lot harder if you don't have a dedicated space for something, which we are still working on for some of the things, but we are getting better at it, which is great. And I also love having mood lighting. So we have lamps in our room. I have a pink salt lamp in the living room, and sometimes I love burning candles for the lighting. So any kind of mood lighting, if you will. Essential oils are also great to add to the home. So whether it be in a diffuser or adding them to your wool balls in the dryer can help so much. Lately, I have been using the cinnamon essential oil on our wool balls, and it makes everything smell so nice. And my husband has even been complimenting me on how nice everything smells, which is great. But just those small things can add a lot of detail and hominess to your space, which I think is really important when it comes to homemaking. The fourth tip that I have for you is meal planning. And we used to be very good at this before we had Orion. We kind of slacked a little bit, and now I'm trying to get back into the routine of it. It's really easy to get behind, so I try to find a day to sit down, plan my meals, and what I have found works best is allowing time to get situated into a schedule and see how many days you might need for leftovers. So for us, we need a lot more days for leftovers just because I don't eat a ton and my son doesn't eat a ton just because he is a little bit more picky than my husband and I. So do allow yourself some days for leftovers, but I typically sit down on Sundays and plan my meals, and then we will go to the grocery store. I am planning on switching that over to Saturdays, so that way on Sundays we can go to the farmer's market, get any kind of vegetables we might need, and then go to the store. And then once we have all of the groceries that we need, I will plan a time period to cook the meals for that day, and then I'll have a couple of days in between for the leftovers, and then I make another meal, and so on and so forth. And that works really well for us. Not only do I plan lunch and dinners, I also try to plan breakfast as well. And then sometimes I'll throw in snacks and on occasion a dessert, just because we have a huge sweet tooth in this family. But snacks are very important for us because of our son, and also just being a very finicky eater, I love having snacks on hand as well. And the last tip I would like to share is about having gratitude. I think it's really important to have gratitude for being able to stay home and do this, and also it just helps with the ability to get everything done, because sometimes tasks can be daunting, especially when they are piled up. So it's nice to think that I'm grateful that I get to stay home, I'm grateful that I get to fold laundry and cook this meal for my family. It's also important for myself, and I'm sure a lot of you can probably agree, to not compare yourself to others, especially on social media. For myself, it's really hard to see other people living in really big homes with yards and being able to do everything that I want to do, and we just can't do that right now. So I try to be thankful for what I do have, and I know eventually we will get to a bigger home with a yard and more to do, which seems a little silly to want more to do, but it is something that we do want. So those are my 5 tips to be a better homemaker. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!